Hello all and welcome to my channel. I go by the name of Fiery Moon and I'm here to bring you your weekly reading slash energy check from now until next Saturday. Today is July 26th. So just wanted to drop the weekly reading to stay on, schedule with my content. I will be using 3 different decks today, as this is a general reading for all signs, and it's really just a collective message. I do want to say that time is fluid, so in regards to the energy, the intention was set with the cards for, what's gonna be happening with the energy as we step into this next week. But, this could be something that you've already went through, something you may currently be going through, or something that can come through for you in the future. I do stress that if it's not your reading, it's just not for you this week. Hopefully I'll get you next week. And never try to force fit a reading, as, these messages are general, so they're not for everyone. I will be using the Work Your Light Oracle to get the first, the overall message in regards to the spread. I will be clarifying it with that 90s tarot. And then for the guidance and advice, I will be using the Angel and Ancestor Oracle. I will say, for anyone that's checked out my last video where it was a live personal reading that I did with someone, I just would like to apologize for the quality of that. I know it may be, a little difficult to watch, but when it was recorded, it was, it recorded flawlessly, so I'm not sure why it uploaded very choppy. But, sometimes there is interference and, certain messages are not, sometimes prevented from getting out, which is fine. But I'm still going to leave it up, and I will be doing more live readings like that, to show people, what tarot is, if this is something that something that may be new to you and you're not used to. And also, just working with people that are vulnerable and open to, sharing their experience and where they are in their journey. I do have Pandora playing in the background because I am clairaudient. So if there are any additional messages that come through, through music, I will, give you the song and the title, in which you could either listen to the song or you can, read the lyrics. I find both to be helpful. So other than that, I think we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in and see what's going on with the energy for the upcoming week. Please do know that I can always be reached via, Instagram for any questions, comments, or you are more than welcome to leave comments here on, the videos. If there's anything that you'd like to know, or if you resonate with my energy and want to know more. My Instagram is at FieryMoon716. So definitely, if you want to reach out, I'm available that way. The cards have been blessed and cleansed and set with the intention of the energy for this week. So let's jump right in. So in regards to the energy, what message do you have for us as the collective? What message do we need this week in regards to guidance, healing, truth, love, and wisdom? I will read off the oracle cards, although, I do interpret them intuitively as well. But I will read the tarot intuitively as to why we need these cards. But I just like to read them out of the book so that, you can gain your own interpretation, because although I am, here as the tour guide, you have to do your own work. Okay. Any more? We got one out. Any other messages we need? One more. Okay, so the card out that we got is Unbound. And it says, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So, truthfully speaking, I was already getting the energy of needing to let go, whether it's, people, places, things, mindsets, mentalities. You need to let, it's a time of releasing that, And the bottom of the deck we received, trust the niggle. What is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? So are you getting, you may be getting, hits or, little feelings, little hits of intuition that may be trying to tell you something. And my goal is, if you feel it, it means something. If you get a thought, it came to you for a reason. So you may just want to, sit and explore it a little deeper. Whether you're getting them, intuitively, you're getting thoughts, or even via dreams. I suggest, in keeping like a dream journal, or at least a pen and paper by your bed, so that when you wake up, or if you, do wake up in the middle of the night or whenever you're sleeping, you can write down what you're getting. Okay. So, first we're going to read the Trust the Niggle and see what that means for you, or, for us as the collective also, in regards to the energy for this week. And Keisha Cole's Enough of No Love, featuring Lil Wayne, is playing right now. So it says, trust the niggle. What's that niggling feeling trying to tell you? That niggling feeling, that annoying niggling feeling, that inconvenient, annoying niggling feeling. Try as you might, it's there, and it isn't going anywhere. Most people spend years ignoring their niggling feelings, throwing their best dollops of stubbornness, ego, and post-rationalization to numb them out. It's exhausting, and until you face the niggle, life will just throw you more bait to awaken it, to draw your attention to the light within you that is bursting to come out. The niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way. The relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shift that needs to be made, the stone in your shoe. Often, we feel the niggling feeling in our body first. Many people think that intuition is something from higher realms, but in fact, it is the body that is the intuitive one, working through our senses to deliver vibrational information. It takes just a moment every day to scan your body and receive the intuitive intelligence and act on it quickly. You are being called to face the niggle now. If you don't face it, the universe will throw something much bigger and more obvious in your path, and then you will likely regret that you didn't answer the niggle in the first place. I know it's scary, but you are safe. Answer the niggle now. And what just came to me, and I'm not sure if anybody has seen the movie The Color Purple, but I just got when she was singing the song, God is trying to tell you something. So whatever you're feeling, trust that feeling. Don't ever go against, or at least personally, I suggest, don't go against what you're feeling, because in order to heal, you have to feel, and you're feeling it for a reason. So next we're going to look at the Unbound card, and then we're going to get into the reading itself. So let's see. All right, so Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. And Aaliyah's I Miss You was on. Take a look at the patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of past lives. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. So, and to activate this energy, it says, hold the card on your heart and say, I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. So, as we stated, there may be some, things that we need to release from our past. This same type of energy also came out in that, spiritual live personal reading that I did for, one of my first male client. And, we hold on to so much. And I know it seems like, these messages are repetitive, but what we don't realize as, humans is the energy will stay stuck until we start moving. And showing the universe that we want better. If we stay stuck in these situations, these places, these, relationships, whether they're, love relationships, family relationships, without, wanting better or, trying to make a change, we'll just stay stuck in the same loop, and the goal is to get out of that loop, is to break that cycle, because we've been inherently carrying trauma from one generation to the next. And honestly, it's time to, get out of that. So, and I'm glad to see this is here. So, I'm going to jump into the tarot. And at the bottom of the tarot deck is the Six of Wands. So in traditional tarot, this is a man riding on a horse through the crowd. And, he's moving forward victoriously. But also on the flip side, it could also mean, being stuck in ego, wanting that praise and attention from the crowd, feeling that you have to move as the crowd moves. And, ultimately, we've been in a state of conformity by doing what the crowd does to not create any waves. But it's actually just the opposite. Like, you are here to be the individual that you are, and you being different is what contributes to the overall, collective consciousness to move us forward, to expand the universe. So the positive side is, you need to release to move forward victoriously. And if the negative side would be being trapped in the ego and fear of, not having that support from the crowd. But sometimes you have to break away from that. And get what's yours. Chris Brown's "Give Me That" is on. So you gotta, it's for the taking. What's for you is here for the taking. Okay, so let's see. Why is the Unbound card here in regards to the energy? Oh, the cards want to talk this morning. Yes, I'm already loving it, y'all. But let me get the rest of the cards out, and then we'll go over them. What's going on in regards to this energy for the week? What messages do we have? Man, listen. I love it already, y'all. And I'm not even done. Like, let me get the rest of the cards out. And I'm already excited. I don't call out signs because everyone can harness any of the zodiac sign energy at any time, no matter what sign you are. And if you are, inclined to pull your birth chart, you can see what energy you have, because we are more than just our sun sign. It's just our sun sign is all we've ever known and been told. So if you're wondering why I just don't like to call out signs, because I don't want to say, oh, it's this person or, this energy, because we all harness and can change energy at any time. So what other messages do we have? 3 more, please. One more. Hey, love it. Love it, love it, love it, y'all. All right, so the bottom of the deck and the overall energy in regards to the tarot, let me just move these up here. We have the Emperor. And I don't clarify unless I feel that I need to, but especially with these collective messages, they seem to just come right out. So I don't like to, clarify. I like to take the energy as it is, because I feel that it's the most, clearest, and I don't like to impede on what initially comes out. All right. So the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor, which is, an authority figure. This could be you needing to, step into your power. In the traditional tarot, he's sitting on his throne, but I want to show you guys. I actually will, because this card, it really, it makes me just feel some type of way, I'll be honest, because he's the Emperor. But when you look at the Emperor card in the traditional tarot, he is sitting on his throne. He has the power. He's harnessing, all of the energy of all the kings in the deck. But he's looking to the past. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like, he's looking to the past and just sitting there, not taking any action. So you may know what action you need to take. You could be just fear taking it. But with that being the overall energy, it's like, no, you need to step into your power, because whatever you need to be released could be the very thing that's holding you back. So with the Emperor showing up as the overall energy, definitely, don't fear your power. You are very powerful, and you are you control the destiny of your life. You create your reality. All right. So at the heart of the reading, we have the Eight of Cups, which represents, the need to, let go. Honestly, you see all of the cups are upside down. So you need to it could be something emotional that you're holding on to that you need to release. And as even in this Unbound card, it suggests, it could be old patterns, soul patterns, contracts, and things from your past lives that you're carrying, so that you can rectify that energy. So with this being the heart of the reading, is really time to let go, so that you can, move forward the best way that you know how. All right. So the first card out was the Nine of Wands. And this can represent, the wounded warrior in the tarot. You've made it through, all of the other wands. You're almost to the 10, which is, just dropping that burden. But in this position, he's holding the Ace of Wands in the traditional tarot. but he still has those 8 wands behind him. So you need to kind of, let go of what you may be fearing at this time. All is not lost. Okay? And, you have to, yes, you may have been hurt in the past. You may have some physical wounds. I mean, we all have scars. Scars don't always have to be on our body to have been known that they are there. There's mental scars, emotional scars, and physical scars. But whatever it is, it's like, it's there. You take scars for what they are because eventually you will heal. And I say that to say because the star is here. And the way that I see it here is like you're looking at your scars, knowing that, you need a healing. Some healing needs to take place as the star. Because that's ultimately what you are. But you have to take that initiative as the emperor wanting to be in this energy. You have to take that action. So we also have the Six of Pentacles after that, which is showing that, in order to balance out, whatever situation this may be for you, a healing needs to take place. We've all been through things in our past that have been, good, but some things not so good. But it's time to, bring it into balance. Round it out and, so that we can move forward. And also, we have the Empress here. And this is a true pair with the Emperor and the Empress. So you may be looking at someone as this Empress. You may also be needing to balance the masculine and the feminine energy within you. If this is not in regards to anyone else. I do like to keep my reading specific to the watcher. But if it comes out that someone else shows up in your reading, I'll definitely address it, but it's not going to be the focus. But you could be looking at, someone who is the Empress to you. It could be, a mother, a love interest, or just, a feminine energy in your life that, holds value to you. Excuse me. But yes, so with this here, it's like you may be fearing, reaching out to this person, or you may have had to let this person go. This may be the energy that you may need to, move away from and let go, coming into the 8 of Cups. And Usher's Let It Burn is on. I mean, sometimes things do burn. Like, everything is not meant to stay forever. But, with the Empress here, if this is somebody that you want to, you may have recently lost, it could be a mind state, a mind frame, or emotional baggage that you're holding on to in regards to this person that you need to let go, because the Ace of Swords is here. So that's telling me that you have the ultimate clarity in regards to whatever situation this may be for you. You may just need to speak on it. Speak on it. Because it's here. The truth is here. Or you need to just cut this energy out. And it may hurt. No one's saying that, releasing and let it go things is supposed to be easy. It's not. It's really not. And under the Empress, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So you could be trying to, pace yourself, or you may be in two minds about the situation. As you see, this is Mary-Kate and Ashley. And they are twins. And although this is, the Knight of Pentacles, normally it's a man riding on a horse with the pentacle, but the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. So you could have, truly, feel like maybe you wasted time or you didn't move fast enough in getting this done. But ultimately, it has to be done, when you're ready. No one is rushing you. And this can also mean, slow and steady wins the race. So pace yourself. It's no rush. You're not at a loss of time. I'll put it that way. Like, time is fluid. So, you need to do it in your, in your time. But if you feel that maybe you've been lagging, I mean, that's something personal within you. But I will say, like, sometimes the universe, if there's somewhere that you're supposed to be and you're not there, it will speed it up for you. So just take heed to that. And as I say that, God's Plan by Drake comes on. So, take that how it resonates, because, sometimes you are meant to be somewhere and you need to get there in order to fulfill your purpose. But as the King of Cups energy is here, just the way he's looking on the card, you may be holding, the King of Cups, I'll put it like this, holds on to his emotions. He does not show them. So as the King of Cups, showing up with this energy in regard, and I also see it with the Emperor energy. It's like you need to take action and, maybe learn how to rise above your feelings, what you may be feeling. You could be fearing like the worst. You could be holding on to a sense of regret because you may have even felt like with the Knight of Pentacles, because you moved so slow, you missed an opportunity. But it doesn't, it can mean a whole bunch of different things. But the King of Cups, yes, he's a king, but he does not display his emotions. And this could be, vice versa or interchangeable. As far as like masculine and feminine energy. So you could be a woman that, doesn't really display her feelings, or, keeps your feelings buried. But with the Hangman here, it's saying that, change your perspective. Don't fear the worst. As the first card out is the Nine of Wands. Don't fear the worst, because yes, we've all been hurt. Nobody wants to be going into situations where, we feel like, the same thing is going to happen, but we also don't know. Everyone we encounter isn't like someone from our past. And, you have to give everything and everyone their fair shot. This could be in regards to a job. Like, maybe you need to get out of a job. Maybe the job you want, you need to, you know what you want to do with the Ace of Swords. But you need to walk away so that from whatever situation you're in right now in regards to a job, to go ahead and follow your truth. But a change of perspective is needed. There's no need to sit, in this wallowing energy, holding back your emotions, because ultimately, and I know I've said this before, you have to bring your feelings into the situation. For so long, we've been using just complete logic and making all of our decisions, because we feel like we have to uphold or upstand or, portray this image of what other people want us to be, and completely oblivious to how we feel about something. And that's ultimately leads to the energy of living your life for someone else, which is like, that's not true to you. That's not true to self. But whatever you are feeling, trust what you're feeling, because it's here for a reason. And once you start working through and knowing what you feel, you'll start noticing the weights being lifted off of your shoulders. Like you'll start knocking these wands down one by one. Trust by Keisha Colazon. Trust yourself. Before you can trust anybody, trust in yourself. Put that trust in yourself, because you are here for a reason. But the goal is to, not keep dragging that same baggage from the past into where we're going. Yes, we need to know where we've been and not forget those lessons. But the baggage, the emotional traumas, turmoil, and things that we feel, we need to cut it out. With the Ace of Swords, cut it out, so that you can move forward the way that you need to, more balanced. And this was like really straight to the point. I'm loving it, because I can attest for myself of needing to to detach from certain things. And all detachment doesn't mean you leave it alone forever. But for a certain amount of time, you may need to step away and just sit with yourself. so that you can harness your power and your energy, but ultimately so that you can heal. And then at the bottom of this deck, as we move into the guidance or advice in regards to this energy for this week, we have the Spirit Fox, and it says, trust your talents in changing times. So it may be, you may have, some talents that you're hiding. Listen, everyone, no matter how big or how small, has something to offer to somebody. Somebody needs what you have, needs to hear your story, needs to hear your experience with what you went through. You're not the only person to ever go through something. No, it may not be the exact same as someone else, but just you sharing your story is enough to help someone, whether you've been through it personally the same way or not. It's all on the lines of a spectrum. We all are human, and we all share the same human emotions and feelings. So we need to learn how to, not keep it so bottled in. We need to, just as this Eight of Cups suggests, turn those cups upside down. And ultimately follow our truth. So we're going to see what guidance or advice we have in order to move through this energy effectively for this week. And then we'll go ahead and end the reading. What guidance or advice do we need in regards to the energy for this week to move forward effectively and assist with, releasing any past soul patterns, contracts, or past life energy? What do we need? What guidance or advice do we need? Yes, I prefer to take jumping cards though. Hey. Any more? Last one. Hey, I'm loving both of these, y'all. Yes. Oh, we actually got 3. Here we go. All right, so we actually have 4, including the bottom of the deck. So I am going to read all 4 because being that, this is a collective reading, different messages may resonate for different people. And each card may have something different for you than for someone else. So I am going to read all 4. So we have spring. And I believe that's a rabbit, like taking that leap of faith. See your seeds grow. Then we also have the Shaolin Master, which says be graceful in movement and action. Then we have the Peacekeeper, which is let go of the need to be right. And the Eagle, see from a higher perspective. Okay. And Neo's Make It Work is on. So make it work for you. Do what you need to do. But it all starts with the self. So we'll start with the bottom of the deck, which is spring. So spring. You guys can see that. Embrace the change that is on the horizon. Allow your dreams to become reality. Spring is an exciting time because it has so much potential. Animals are coming out of hibernation. Flowers are pushing up through the soil, and the days are getting lighter and brighter. The spring card features a wild hare because in Celtic animal medicine, the hare brings intuition and rebirth. Hares are highly fertile beings, and so their medicine can bring dreams to life. The extended message for this card: you are ready to bring to life all of your ideas, inspirations, and projects. When this card appears, you are moving into a space that allows you to really grow, expand, and create in a way you've never done before. There are opportunities for abundance, including financial growth. And if you are starting something new, prepare for a major expansion in your life and soul. When the spring card arrives in the future position of a spread or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming spring will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. All right. So if this energy is past for you, this spring could have been, the start of something new for you. And you're just needing to, release anything that may still be holding you back in regards to whatever you're trying to do, a relationship, a job, home issues, whatever that may be for you. And if this is something that is currently, going through for you or something that's still to come, it's saying, by next spring, start planting your seeds now, start doing the work now. So by next spring, you can see, your seeds grow. And I'm actually being guided to share with you just a little piece of my personal story, because it's been about a year since I've started, on my own personal journey in regards to learning my spiritual path and reading cards. And right before things really started, to get into alignment for me, I'm actually going to put the picture as the thumbnail for this video. But I had seen a caterpillar had showed up in the middle of my doorway. And, I lived in the city, so it was, I had grass, but there wasn't much grass. And definitely not anything like any shrubs or vines, anything, over my door or on my house. So one day my daughter comes and she says, "Hey mom, look." And we seen the caterpillar. It had already started, going into the, spinning its cocoon, and it was in the chrysalis stage. So, I'm, not thinking anything of it, but I said, I'm going to leave it there, because maybe 2 or 3 weeks prior, my journey started with me using crystals. And I had, bought some crystals and I took them out. And in fact, these were some of the ones that I had, and I took them out. I had some pyramids, I had, all different types, some tumbled stones, but I took them out to a park. And, I grounded them after doing some research at the base of a tree. And I said, I said out loud, to God and the universe and spirit. And I said, show me if this is what if this is what I should be doing. So, it was out of sight, out of mind. I came home, and placed the crystals atop each doorway in my home to each bedroom in my home. And I left them there overnight. I collected them the morning after, and I placed them on, my altar at the time. And, I just, left it alone. I was still, learning my cards, reading up and doing research on my crystals as each day passed, until the day my daughter said, "Mom, look up. There's something, in our doorway." And it turned out to be this caterpillar. So, I'm like, okay, well, we'll just leave it there. Just leave it alone. But I was like, okay, this was sign number 1. So I started looking up, what we all know, caterpillars turn into butterflies. But to have one there, I took that as a sign, in the middle of my doorway, transformation is coming. And before you do anything else along this journey, there's going to be a transformation that takes place. So we left it there. And I want to say maybe a month later, my daughter comes running in the house. And she's like, Mom, it's dead. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What's dead? And she's like, the caterpillar. So I'm like, okay, like, so I go downstairs and I look at it, and I'm telling you, it was just as dark black as this stone, and it looked like a rotted grape, or like almost like raisin like. So I said, oh man, mind you, this happened in about late October, early November. So I was like, damn, the weather change could have killed it. So I'm like, you know what? We were on our way out, and I was like, I'm just gonna, the next time I come back through the door, I'll just knock it down. We came back from, running to the store, and I was just like, you know what? I'll get it in the morning. I left it. Something, just kept telling me to just leave it. Because normally when you're walking through a doorway, you're not looking up, you're looking in front of you. So it kept going out of sight, out of mind. Anyway, the next morning I'm leaving to go get my coffee. So as I'm leaving, I'm like, oh, the freaking butterfly, let me get some, or the caterpillar, let me get something to knock this down. And as I looked at it, I could see the wings, the color of the wings. So I'm like, oh my God, it's not dead, and it had puffed out a little bit. So I'm like, okay, it's not dead. So I went and got my coffee. I came back, and I say to my daughter, like, it's not dead. Whatever is about to happen, it's about to, come out. I can see the color of the wings. So we left it for maybe an hour. So my mom, she's on her way out, and all of a sudden I get a call. She's like, come downstairs. You have to see this. So I run downstairs, and on the porch, the butterfly had actually came out of the cocoon. It turned out to be a monarch butterfly. So I was like, okay, like, this is how it looks. So I say that to say, right when we get to the end of something, it may seem like, it's dead. There's no life left in it. And as soon as we are getting ready to give up, it comes, life just springs from it. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but wherever you are in your journey, sometimes you just have to, let some stuff go, put it out of sight, out of mind, and keep pushing forward. But know that it's happening for a reason. And when we get to that phase, like where we're ready to give up and just say, you know what, or maybe not this time, I'm telling you, God and the universe will show up and show you that there's still life left. And I'm telling you, the feeling that I got after seeing it, looking like it was about to die, just did something to my spirit inside of me. But I also took it as what the universe was showing me as what was about to happen to me. And I can say that almost, a year ago, this was even before the butterfly even showed up when I was starting to get on this journey. It was showing me that, yes, this is what you are supposed to be doing, but there is still some things that you need to work on within yourself. So I took that message and that guidance and, that, I don't even know what you want to call it, just that nudge from the universe telling me like, yeah, you're about to be transformed. And I'm glad that I was aware to see that and to know that transformation is necessary. And there's some things that's going to have to be left behind. And I can say right now, after that situation happened, I am no longer in that house. I am in a new space. And no, it's not easy right now. But every day that I wake up, I know I have a purpose, which led me here to, create this channel. And it has been a bumpy road. It has been very bumpy. But I wake up every day. I have breath in my body, and I also have my daughter. So I like, for anyone that, is skeptical about this spiritual journey, thinking that, fearing the worst if you leave or let go of something, that letting go is sometimes what you need to push you forward, because certain things are holding us back. Things that we don't even realize sometimes are holding us back. And that could be a person. It could be the environment that you're in. It could be, thought forms that you hold on to, trying to please others instead of going with your own truth. And you have to let it go. So I don't mean to, be long-winded, but, that had to come out to let you know that transformation is real. And it doesn't mean, oh, you're gonna die, or death is the only form of transformation. No, we transform all the time. There's 1,000 ways to die before we die a physical death. But being that physical death is all that's shoved into us, especially during this time right now, we are scared to detach, feeling like everything is so permanent. But let me just tell you, transformation is beautiful. And if your whole foundation has to get wiped out for you to realize that, let it happen. Because what you lost will be replenished better than what you could have even imagined. Let it happen. Nobody's saying that it won't come back around. If it's meant for you, it'll come back. But if not, say your piece and keep moving forward. Because whether you believe it or not, there are people, places, and things that are placed into our lives to keep us stagnated, keep us in the same spot so that we don't grow. When ultimately our souls came here to experience and expand. So, take that. And that's just, something personal for me. And on my channel, I like to be personal and truthful and what goes on with my life so that my watchers know, like, this journey is real. It is not anything to play with. You just have to be ready to, hear and do the work for yourself. All right, so we're going to move into the Shaolin Master. I'm going to read that. All right, so the Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. Slow and steady. Breathe and flow. Take a gentler approach. The Shaolin Master calls forth the ninja within. Shaolin medicine is about learning to adapt to a situation and to tap into energy running through your body and preserve it in order to release it at the right moment. It also teaches subtlety, because when you are too forceful, you use too much energy, and that may not be supportive of what you're working on. The Shaolin Master, like a monk, has respect for all things. He is disciplined and guided by his art and will never use it to impress the foolish or to appear stronger than someone who is threatening him. You too are being invited to remain graceful in your movement, choices, and actions. The extended message for this card: you are being guided to flow like water, blow like air, and connect with your purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. A gentler approach will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtlety and grace. Reach high, but also ask yourself how you can move with the flow of life rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus your gaze at this time? Can you slow down or take more time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be incredibly beneficial for what happens next. So that just confirmed the Knight of Pentacles energy, as well as the Hangman energy that showed up in the spread today. And we all think like, we have to move fast. Things have to go fast. Everything will happen in the time that it's supposed to. Next card is the Peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace and happiness over the need to be right. Rather than trying to prove a point, save your energy for what's important. The Peacekeeper is a wise Native American woman who has been influenced by white Buffalo women. She holds a peace pipe, which is emblematic of surrendering the need to fight and offering harmony instead. She is a soul who knows what it's like to feel under threat and to stand up for what she believes in and what is right. Her medicine helps you take the higher road in every situation, even if you're under pressure to make a quick decision. It is a reminder that within your hands lies the power to make the right choice for all involved. The extended message for this card: you may be feeling on edge due to a stressful situation. There's a warrior within you that wants to rise up, prove your point, and get the truth across. But you are being reminded by ancestor wisdom that truth will always be revealed in the end. It's more important at this time to avoid arguments or heated discussions where you know you'll be fighting a losing battle. There is much more power in choosing to move forward from a higher perspective. This will allow you to connect deeply to the guidance within and the intuition that will lead you towards the healing of the whole situation, along with any wounds it may have inflicted on you. Choose peace, you know it's calling. And that just confirmed this Nine of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Star with the need for healing. But just pace yourself through it. And lastly, we have the Eagle. So, see from a higher perspective. Look at things from a different angle. Fly higher and see new possibilities. In animal medicine, both Native American and Celtic, the eagle draws his power and strength from the sun. He is a powerful, strong, and courageous guide who is able to see for miles. He approaches all things with intelligence, grace, and poise, and has the capacity to make a plan from a higher space before putting it into action. When the Eagle card appears in a reading, it shows that you have a real ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego or in your selfish desires, The extended message for this card: Eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or visions may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or egos could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you are feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you change this. The eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. And this is definitely speaking on that hangman energy again. The need to see something from, a different perspective or all perspectives, And definitely whatever blocks they could be, emotional blocks that you need to release, as the heart of the reading with the Eight of Cups suggests, so that you can bring this balance back into your life through healing. All right. So I hope that this reading definitely resonated for someone. If it didn't, I'll catch you on the next one. But yes, let's rectify. Let's get moving. Let's release from all of these old patterns and thought forms and contracts, places, people, things, wherever it resonates for you, jobs. It's time to, release that so that you can move forward in the energy that's clearly here for you. Step into your power. Trust what you're feeling because you already know the truth. The truth is here. The clarity is here. It just may need to be spoken and you need to, act on it. And know, one thing I like to stress is that you are not alone. Just because you may think your experience is different doesn't mean that, there's not someone who's went through something similar. And don't think that your story is, invalid or not enough, to help someone, because it is. First of all, you have to see yourself in the future. where do you see yourself in the future? You know, so as I stated, I thank you all for tuning in, and I'll catch you all on the next weekly reading, which will be next Sunday. Feel free to leave a comment in regards to if this resonated for you. And again, thank you for allowing me to read for you all this week, and I will see you on the next reading. Thank you. Bye.